Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers. Robots in disguise.
Like I said, man, it was written by a vicar. It all makes sense now.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Alright, we're back. Time for a big fat boss fight.
Another one. You know, they could have started that like seconds earlier.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to. I'm not sure why it went that long.
Awkward pause.
Yep.
Something smells funny. I agree, old friend. I can sense it.
He who smelt it dealt it, Grimlock.
The goodness within him, the nobility of his mission. To cyber.
Boy, did you ever get the wrong pamphlet.
Oh god, Nova Prime. You know what's funny?
He looks evil.
Yeah.
Like, even before that purple stuff, he looked evil.
Oh god, he was the biggest dick in history. Like, he was a creation of IDW, and he was an imperialistic asshole who wanted to make Cybertron the center of an empire.
I can't help but find it funny that of a thing that totes its like designs being so great, that their ancient and superpowered ship is literally just a flying saucer.
Well, it wasn't in the comics. That was Platinum.
Platinum just being like, fuck it. Aliens.
It appears so. Teletran 1, find us a way to the control room.
This cargo lift can be used to reach the control room. I do not have enough access to tell you how to operate the platform, however.
Fuck. Access granted.
Literally how, though?
Because, excuse.
I've never got that. Okay, so I can understand how shooting a console would, I guess, make this malfunction. But shouldn't it fall down instead of up?
Yeah, you'd think that would be the default.
Because, like, you'd think the malfunction would be that it stops floating.
You think that they'd program into it when you stop receiving the signal, just close permanently.
Yeah. Why would
That's what I'd do.
Yeah. Like, why would you make your, if you stop receiving a signal, just go up? How would you even make that, actually?
Because if you stop receiving a signal, and someone who's supposed to be there is there, they're just gonna take the time to open it with the jaws of life or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to be there, you have the time to just sit there and use the heavy machinery to open it, and no one's gonna question it. Also, there's a huge fandom-spanning debate over whether the red one is Rumble or Frenzy.
Is there no official...
No. It changes from continuity to continuity. Originally,
Wouldn't you just default to doing whatever it was originally, then?
but it was different in the toys than it was from the cartoon.
What came first?
The toys came first, but they didn't have names first. The toys were built, and then bought by Hasbro, and then Hasbro rebranded them, and then an animation error happened consistently, so they decided to just go with it. And that started a huge debate over Rumble and Frenzy, which one's the red one, which one's the blue one.
All I can think of now is the big debate in 40K between, is Gork or Mork cunningly brutal or brutally cunning?
Pretty much. I'm not sure anyone actually really fights about it. I think it's just people like me keep the fight going because we find it hilarious.
Kind of like the D&D 3.5 versus 4th edition.
Except 4th edition is universally considered terrible.
And yet there's still an argument.
There's no argument. I've never heard the argument for it.
Edition wars, man. That's an actual thing.
Will arrive any moment now. And Megatron
Well,
is waiting for us.
I mean, I guess of all the people to just fall over, it would be Soundwave.
Yeah, that or Starscream.
Function ceasing.
Alright, on to the final chapter.
Yeah, go kick Megadork. Buckethead. Punch. Shit, he was my ace in the hole.
Damn it, I was really counting on that.
We are almost there. Time to crash the
Alright, let's do it. Just send all your remaining jobbers. What do you have to lose?
Empty the barracks.
Fucking shield bots. God damn it, I auto-tracked onto the gold one.
You think of all the people who would be able to just cleave that shield in half, it would have been Grimlock.
Yeah, you'd think.
Like, isn't his entire thing just hit X until it stops functioning?
Yeah, pretty much. Grimlock is big, dumb, and he is a blunt instrument that the Autobots use to batter things with.
He would have almost been better as a Decepticon.
Actually, that argument comes up a lot. In pretty much every continuity, there's a time where he seriously questions, why am I an Autobot?
Because I can't imagine he honestly cares about the morality factor for most things.
He really doesn't, but at the same time, he really doesn't want to have to work under Megatron.
So if anyone but Megatron was in charge, he might legitimately have switched sides.
Yeah, he has a huge thing against Megatron, because he knows that if he works for Megatron, he's never going to have any freedom at all. And with Grimlock, it's more what's in it for Grimlock.
I was gonna say, doesn't Megatron let that guy you like off the leash all the fucking time? Isn't that in fact, yeah? Isn't that in fact the only reason that Six Shot even works for Megatron? In that Megatron doesn't give him much more than a direction to go in.
Yeah,
that's all Six Shot needs.
Pretty much.
So you think the implication would be that he'd do the same for Grimlock, of just go this way and just whatever.
Yeah, but Grimlock doesn't know that.
That makes sense, actually. I'd love it to just, like, there was just a conversation where he's just like, you know, I just let you do whatever you want, and Grimlock's just like, really?
Whatever I want?
Grimlock just decides then that every Monday is Decepticon ice cream day.
Are you gonna tell Grimlock he can't have his ice cream?
This is non-negotiable.
Look, Motormaster's back.
Bet Motormaster wants ice cream Mondays. Just the I mean, you know what? With how like it doesn't matter how much you like Transformers. You do implicitly understand that it was effectively a overglorified commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it is
like
shocking they've never had like syndicated commercials of them eating like ice cream sandwiches or something.
Because they're there to sell their brand.
Yeah, but brand deals happen all the time. Could you imagine a Hostess fruit pies commercial with fucking Transformers in it?
Well, it's because there's two things you can do with Transformers. You can either have the Transformers endorse...
out of it. You are out of kits.
Yep. You can either have the Transformers endorse something, or you can have the Transformers turn into something. So that's where brand deals happen.
This Hostess fruit pie transforms from delicious to flaky.
Well, there were Transformers that transformed into McDonald's food. There were Transformers that transformed into Nike shoes. There were Transformers that transformed into Winnie the Pooh characters, Mickey Mouse characters, Toy Story characters.
Star Wars characters.
Yep, and these were like Hasbro.
That said, the Star Destroyer one was actually really cool.
Oh god, the Star Destroyer one was awful. So was the Death Star one.
You mean the wait. I can't remember. No.
Death Star turns into Darth Vader. Star Destroyer flips over and becomes a Republic cruiser and can switch between
I remember seeing one that turned from like a Star Destroyer to just a generic Transformer design. And I actually can't remember if that was a fan thing or like a legit thing.
That was a fan thing. The legit one turned into Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker and was terrible.
Well, fair enough.
It was a brick. It was a huge triangular brick.
That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, well. Oh, speaking of huge triangular bricks, for Star Wars Armada, not too long ago, from time of recording,
yep.
The Star Destroyer was finally released.
Okay, how big is it?
You see the recording microphone in front of you?
Yeah?
That's about it from engines to 4.
Fuck.
It is a large triangular brick. Like, hold. The only thing, actually, about it that makes me upset is that it's not to scale. It should be bigger.
Dude, if it was to scale, it would be like the size of your table.
No, not to X-Wing scale. Assault is the cruiser ship one.
Oh, okay.
So, to put a long story short, at the bottom it has the ship bay that the Star Destroyers have.
Yep.
But the Tantive 4 is also a ship in Assault. And it is bigger than the Assault bay.
So it won't fit in the ship bay that it's supposed to be in?
Yeah, it won't fit into the ship bay that it gets sucked into at the beginning of A New Hope. Which, I mean, I guess it's a small detail, but my inner autism triggers. And it actually makes me mildly upset. Because I'm like, well, fuck.
It should fit in that hole.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I guess if they made it, like, to scale, I suppose their major argument is that it would be unreasonable. But what is the point of putting a Star Destroyer in your board game if you're not going to make it unreasonable?
Actually, there's a really good ship in Rogue Galaxy, or Rebel Galaxy, that's basically a Star Destroyer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's, I think it's called the Tenhausen, and it's like the first real destroyer that you get in the game, and it's just like stupidly huge and powerful. Fuck it, I'm just gonna skip that fight. Oh, never mind.
Another battle arena. Oh man, but you know what? Like, all things considered, when you actually get down to it, for the purpose of a battle cruiser, the Star Destroyer was a good design.
Yeah, it's just a triangle with guns pointing out of two sides of it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the good design part of it is that now your broadside cannons are also your fore cannons.
Yeah.
In fact, it makes the Star Destroyer a hilariously powerful ranged fighter for a StarCraft. Because
the only thing it can't do is turn fast.
Yeah. Actually, it is well, yeah. But in the actual game, the part that gets everyone unexpectedly is that the Star Destroyer is not the slowest ship that the Imperials can field.
What is?
It's a smaller class of Star Destroyer, actually. Because the engines of the Imperial class Star Destroyer are powerful enough that it can actually move fast.
Wow. Well, yeah, it wasn't this whole thing that it could move really, really fast in a straight line but couldn't turn?
Yep, pretty much. And that pretty much holds true, because how the game works is that you have this big, dumb stick that can bend in certain places.
Yep.
And each ship will tell you how many bends it can have and how many segments it can move.
Well,
so the Star Destroyer can move 3 segments, which is actually, like, faster than most Imperial stuff. Its downside is that I don't think it gets a lot of turns of that.
Well, at the same time, though, it really only needs to turn 90 degrees at any point in time.
Yeah, because it'll still... Actually, all it really needs to do is hold still and let the Rebels' momentum carry it into close range. Which is Actually, I was playing a game of it a while back against TJ, and that was my legitimate strategy of I flew forward 1 turn, and then put the brakes on immediately as the second turn started. And because TJ was planning to just, like, fly circles around me, you can only slow down 1 segment a turn.
Okay.
So he couldn't slow down fast enough in 0 gravity to not fly into my broadsides.
That's amazing.
So he flew his capital ship in between 2 Star Destroyers because he couldn't not.
That's hilarious.
And I was just like, I am the greatest Space Navy captain ever.
Admiral Thrawn in action.
Literally, the only thing a Rebel ship can't do at that speed is stop. Oh god. And the look on TJ's face when he actually pieced together what had just happened was a look of, there's actually nothing I can do to stop this next series of events. It's that moment when you realize, like, you know...
I'm fucked.
Yeah, you are on the destined path of which there is no way out. Oh god, and it was great too, because, like, as a Star Destroyer should, both of them together just completely stripped him in 1 turn. Like hungry piranhas do a cow for the pleasure of Teddy Roosevelt.
Yep. Let me just heal up before I believe the final fight.
Actually, we'll actually do the final fight next time, folks.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Transform!